This is Michael Allen with iDateMedia.com, and this is episode number 5. In this episode, we're going to discuss the dating software versus a white label dating solution. So let's get into it. So first, I need to explain what white label dating is. White label dating is a hosted dating solution whereby you simply provide your own domain name, and the white label dating provider will provide the hosting, the back-end setup, the security, and the billing, for which you will only get 50%. So all you need is a domain name. You point it to the white label dating provider, and they take care of the rest. It is your responsibility to market your site. So what happens is you get your site set up, and some of these white label dating providers will claim that all of their profiles are real. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know companies like Dating Factory and White Label Dating do have real profiles. I'm just not sure if 100% of them are legit. So you just got to be careful with that. Like I said, you provide the domain name, they provide the infrastructure, the security, the website, all of that stuff. And you just provide the marketing after that. So everything that you send in terms of your marketing, if you send people to your dating site, which is hosted by them, and that member goes on to pay, you're only going to get about 40 to 50% of that membership fee. That's because the white label dating platform takes half of it. Another con to this is that when you decide to leave, say after a short time, you've grown tired of losing half of your money and you want to take it all to your own standalone dating site, well, you won't be able to. That's because every profile that you send in to your dating site that gets created is not yours. It's the property of the white label dating. So just keep those things in mind, that you get 50% of your revenue, no one else's. You have to bring in the revenue, and you only get 50% of it. So 100% of the work is yours for only 50% of the revenue. And you don't get to keep any profiles, any content, anything that you put into the dating site. It's officially theirs. The other thing is you cannot set up your own niche market. Say, for example, you want to use a white label dating solution for hiking lovers that love wine. They may not have that niche. So you're going to have to use whatever niches that they have available. And the only niches they're going to have available are going to be common niches: Christian dating, religious dating, military dating. Some of these popular niches, they're not going to have any of these what I call super niches. And when it comes to the features of the dating site through the white label, you're not going to have any new features. You won't get to add any new custom features or function. It's just not going to work. You're at the mercy of the white label dating provider. If you want to add a new function, say like a diary for your dates, for your members to log all these date information into, it's not going to happen. No custom features. No custom functions. You're also at the mercy of their hosting. So when their hosting goes down, your site goes down. You can't do anything about it. So, and it's not saying that companies like Dating Factory or White Label Dating, they don't have any hosting issues. I don't know of any hosting issues, but every hosting company out there will tell you that their uptime is 99.9%. That is covering their ass. They're not going to say it's 100%. They can say 99.9%. And if it goes down, that's just what they're going to do. They're going to say, well, we said it was only 99% uptime. So again, you're at the mercy of this hosting. You also have zero control over your site speed. You can't speed it up. You can't optimize. You can't do anything. So these are some of the cons that go along with the white label dating. Some of the nice things about a white label dating solution is that you don't have to deal with the hosting. You don't have to deal with the security. You don't have to deal with the upgrades. It's the onus is on the white label dating provider to deal with all that. Now, there are only a couple white label dating providers out there that I would would even remotely recommend. One is Dating Factory, only because I know the person, Tanya Fathers, who started that company. She has since sold that company. But I don't know the owners of White Label Dating, but I know that Dating Factory and White Label Dating are pretty much reputable in the space. I've seen them all at iDate a few times. They're not scammers, but like I said, you've got to deal with the cons of a white label dating solution. There's a ton of other white label dating companies out there. I'm not going to name names, but you can do a search and find one's got the word box in it, and I won't go any further. I know that there's a lot of reputation issues going along with this one white label dating provider, but you got to be careful. And when I say you have to be careful, think of it this way. Some of these white label dating providers are purposely filling up their dating site with fake profiles. They've written programs that auto email customers in hopes that the customer will upgrade their membership and email them back. This is fraud. Companies in Europe have been busted doing this. People have been fined and people have gone to jail. And this happens outside the white label dating area as well. Dating sites, white label dating providers, you can buy profiles. There are profile sellers out there. They claim that their profiles are real. At one point, maybe the profiles were real, but imagine your profile is on one of these sites and it's been sold 100 times. If you're a profile and you're getting hundreds of emails every day from different dating sites, you're going to change your email. You're going to bail. You're not going to want anything to do with it. And that's if the profile was real at one point. But most of the time, most of these profiles are not real. So when these companies buy these profiles, the only reason they do it is to make their dating site look active and look like it has some traction. What happens is over time, real people will start to contact these fake profiles, and they won't get anywhere, and that will put a bad taste in people's mouth, and they'll go out and talk smack about the site. So white label dating companies, they're out there, they do it. Even reputable dating site owners have looked at getting profiles to put on their website to make it look like it has some a member base. It's all bad. You don't want to do it. So with the dating software, you have a standalone dating site, and it's yours. You don't have to worry about losing half of your revenue. You keep everything that comes in 100%. It's yours. It's your company. I could go back and forth on how not to use a white label dating and why you could use a white label dating. At the end of the day, with me and my customers, it's all about ownership, and they want to keep and retain 100% of what they're doing. That's what I've done in the past. I believe that there is a sector that needs to be using the white label dating. I see that there are some people that don't have a problem with it. But if you like to keep your revenue, if you like to keep your content and everything that you put into it, then white label dating is not the solution for you. And a standalone dating solution is. When it comes to security, hosting, all that stuff, if you get a good hosting company, and there's a few of them out there, HostGator, GoDaddy. GoDaddy is only good if you pay for the managed hosting. It's $199 a month for the managed aspect of it. But you can get a VPS for $49 and get it fully managed and not have to worry about anything. You can also have external backups with companies like dropmysite.com, which I use. I think it's $29 a year for 10 gig of backup space. And you can have a 30-day backup retention, backing up every single day. Highly recommend that for any website, not just dating. So again, you're with your own hosting, you're going to have to worry about upgrades, security, all of that stuff. with our dating software, we've tried very hard to make it as secure as possible. No dating software, no application out there is going to be 100% secure. You could think of it as your site is really only going to be as secure as the passwords you keep, as well as the code that's on the site. If your passwords get compromised, people are going to get access to your site. It's always best to change your password to your hosting. If you're running a cPanel, change the cPanel password, your root password, once a month, alphanumeric, somewhere around 15 characters. Put in some special symbols as well. As far as the upgrades of the dating software, we put out about 4 upgrades a year. When there's a bug, we fix it. We want to make sure that it's as bug-free as possible. When customers have different hosting companies, you're going to run into issues where some things may not work. This is a given. That's because each hosting company has their own setup. Whether it's the flavor of PHP that's being used or the dependencies that are installed, the extensions that PHP uses. By default, some hosting companies turn these things off. So when you run across something not working on your website, maybe you launched it and you got a white page. Maybe you're running the wrong version of PHP. We just have to look at that. So when customers email our support system and say, hey, I've got this going on, and we take a look at it, and we say, okay, you're using your own hosting, have the hosting company turn on this extension, and then it'll start working. So again, nothing is going to work 100% right out of the box, simply because hosting companies have different setups. So we try to do the best we can, working with each hosting company. We have our own hosting that we offer customers. This is because we've set it up the right way that works with the software. It has all the extensions enabled that it needs. It's going to work. Still, people do find bugs, and so we do fix those, and then we apply the patch to it. So when it comes to a standalone dating site, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. If you're okay with losing half your revenue and half your and all of your content and profiles, then white label dating is probably a solution that you could look at. But if you want to keep and retain all your revenue, all your content, all your profiles, everything, be your own boss, then a standalone dating software is the solution that you want to keep. That's going to wrap it up with this episode of Dating Software versus White Label Dating. I'm Michael Allen with iDateMedia.com, and we'll see you next time.